do you have a joke to start proceedings?
Oh God, you haven't warned me about this.
I thought I messaged you.
No, you didn't tell me I need to have a joke ready. I can think of a joke. That's all right. So this is a joke that very few people find funny, but I love it just because of how stupid it is. And you're going to listen. People who are going to be listening are going to think this is the most unfunny shit I've ever heard. Is it all right if I cuss, by the way? Are you allowed to swear?
Cuss to your heart's content.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a man and he's walking down the street and he's got a pineapple on his head, and somebody goes up to him and he says to the man with the pineapple on his head, says, why have you got a pineapple on your head? And the guy with the pineapple on his head says, what pineapple?
What?
This is exactly what I mean. The most awkward silence, but this is the thing. People don't get it. If he's walking down the street and he has a fucking pineapple on his head, you'd think that you'd know you have a pineapple in your head. Oh, it's...
So this is a joke more about the reaction of the actual joke itself.
Yeah.
So it's comedy of comedy.
I'd say the comedy is people's reactions to it, because it's so unfunny that makes it funny to me. I love saying things which just makes people blank. And
yeah. I do that all the time. Like I'll say something and then there's an awkward silence. Like I had a meeting with the BBC today about a focus group on sports scene, and I made a wee joke about the cameraman going down to Ibrox, and then there was an awkward silence for about 5 seconds.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So I'll count this in 3, 2, 1. You're watching the Gog Pod. Today I've been joined by Callum Grant. Now, Callum, the way I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself is, if you had a Wikipedia page and you could control what the first paragraph said about you, what would you have in the first paragraph?
Oh, okay. So does it have to be Wikipedia structure? Like where he's from? Well, I'll say if I wanted to explain myself and explain stuff about me in a paragraph, it'd be like, Callum Grant is been said, and I quote, to be the most hilarious man in the entire United Kingdom. He is he's a huge Dundee United. I'm not gonna lie, somebody commented that on one of my videos once, so I'm going off that.
All right.
Somebody once commented that. He's a big Dundee United fan. He's from Edinburgh. He embarrasses himself on social media every day to make hundreds of thousands of people laugh. He doesn't have a fashion sense. He doesn't have a fashion sense at all for somebody that's meant to be famous. And we all hate him.
I think I've seen that same jumper in about 20 of your TikToks at least.
Yeah, Kier, this is the first time I've worn it in like 2 weeks. I've been doing well without it, but today it was sitting there. I just stuck it on. It's my comfort hoodie, you know?
It's your Old Faithful, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
Like I always wear a hoodie when I need to feel comfortable, so I just stick one on.
Exactly. I always get my radiator, because I have to get up for online school in the morning. So I always get my radiator and I turn it full blast. And I have this thing. I don't know if people are listening, they won't be able to see it, but this is basically like it tells you the temperature. You shine at anything and it tells you the temperature of what it is. Right. So I was shining this in my radiator this morning. My radiator was 58 degrees Celsius. So my room is genuinely a sauna during the day, because that's the way I like it.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. that would be my Wikipedia page.
Like, I don't need a radiator. I've got studio lights.
Oh really?
The amount of heat they generate.
God. Yeah, that would be my Wikipedia page. It would just be all about me and my radiator. I want to change my first answer. There we go.
Fair enough. So obviously, you're huge on TikTok. Last time I checked, 800,000 was it?
Yeah, it's like approaching that. It's 800,000 on all platforms. Yeah, we're like 780,000 on TikTok, so we're getting there.
Yeah, so you're definitely gonna approach there very soon. So obviously with TikTok being still, I'd say, quite a new platform, what was your initial response to TikTok?
Yeah, so listen, 2 years ago, even last year for a bit, I saw people getting big on YouTube and Vine when Vine was around.
Oh yeah.
I was seeing videos on Instagram, and I was thinking, like, this isn't funny. Like, this shit is not funny. And some of the stuff I was seeing, I was laughing at. I was like, this is funny, but I could do so much better. And like, I'm not saying I'm the funniest person around. There's a lot more funny people than me, but I just like know my humor. I know my theatrical side that can, like, if you see my skits, you know, I make all these characters. I knew that it's something I could do well. So I was sitting in my room like 2 years ago last year, regretting that I'd never gotten in to social media. Because I genuinely think that I could have built up a following, made funny videos, and it's the sort of thing I always thought I could do quite well. So around Christmas last year, I hadn't actually heard a lot about TikTok, but my friends were like sending videos to group chats of TikTok and all that sort of stuff. So I just thought I'd download it, and I didn't download it with the thought of posting. I just downloaded it like, oh well, I've seen some, you know, some good-looking girls that my friends have sent me that are on TikTok, so I'll go and give all them a follow. And yeah, and literally on the same day that I downloaded it, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna post. And so I posted literally just a video of me dancing. It was the most weird ass shit you've ever seen. It was awful, absolutely awful, and it got about 2 views. And I was like, oh, you know, that was quite fun though, because I like watching that view go from 1 to 2. It really got my insights going, you know. So yeah, to answer your question, when I first downloaded TikTok, my thought was like, I'm not going to post. It just seems like a decent app, and then I just got addicted to posting. Like, people get addicted to TikTok. I wasn't addicted to TikTok. I was addicted to posting, and yeah, I got my first viral video quite close in to when I started posting, and then that just put me up to like 1,000 followers, and I've not looked back since, to be honest.
Fair game. So what was that video of interest? I'm trying to remember.
The first viral one.
Yeah, the first viral one.
Yeah, so my first viral video was actually nothing to do with comedy. It was me and some of these other hockey players, field hockey players, sitting in the changing room, and we're doing the bin challenge where you're in the headers. Yeah, we just did that with hockey sticks, like bump, 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 all the way around the changing room into the bin, and it got like 150,000 likes, 1.5 million views, and I was like, why is that gone viral? And that's like gave me, like, my following at the beginning weren't a fan of my comedy videos at all. They were like, we want more hockey posts, and I was like, I don't have any more hockey posts to give you. And eventually I kept making comedy videos. They didn't do very well for the first couple of weeks, but I got my first viral comedy one, and then I got an audience in who were actually interested in seeing my comedy. And some of the hockey people were, but most of the hockey people were like, we hate you, we just want to see hockey. So yeah.
It's the same with me, like, because like I mean, I'm very creative at my best of time, but it's usually when I'm just thinking solely on YouTube, because YouTube is my platform. That's my bit. Like, yeah. I'll post to YouTube and nowhere else. So I've decided to use TikTok as a place where I can just post clips of our streams from.
Yeah, and I think.
And
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Carry on. Sorry.
Not a problem. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, if you're reposting clips from the show, what I've realized is when you're reposting videos that were already on your camera roll, so see, TikTok's all about the algorithm. I'm sure you've heard that before. Yeah. All about the algorithm. So I've noticed that when you post videos that were previously, like, screen recorded from YouTube and being on your camera roll, they don't actually do quite as well. I've realized that just filming it from TikTok straight up, those are always the ones that do the best. So maybe push your YouTube followers, as many of them possible. Just go follow you on TikTok, and maybe you could start making like Scottish football related content. Just try and get some viral videos, and then once you've got a wee fan base on there, fire everybody straight back over to your YouTube. I think actually like doing, making Scottish football content, whatever you want to do, just on the actual app rather than reposting clips, I think that could work really well for you.
I'll definitely look into that, because like at the moment, like I've got such a busy schedule, and I'm like, right, I want to start making things for TikTok, but at the same time, it's just like so much effort. But
no, of course it is, yeah.
But because you're a perfectionist, you're wanting to produce the best possible content there is, and because there's so much competition, it's difficult because you have to try and stick out like a sore thumb. So
yeah,
the one video on my TikTok that did sort of do well was a post about our mate Matthew had an Alexa, and my mate Aaron said, "Oh, order me a large pizza," just as a joke, and then I just said, "Alexa, order Matthew a large dildo," and he was just like, "Shit!" And it was just like, did it pick up? It was just
exactly.
It was just an Alexa joke. That got 37,000 plays. So I was like,
people just love random stuff. Yeah, and it's
exactly.
funny because you're wanting to move over to TikTok, and you're like, "Oh, that can't be bothered." It's so funny because I'm the exact opposite. I'm on TikTok and I'm wanting to move over to YouTube, and I'm like, "Oh my God, be bothered." So
yeah, exactly. But the thing is, a lot of people say, "Oh, you should do this, you should do that," but they don't realize how much work you are wanting to put into it. That it's going to take you over the edge, and you'll be completely spent.
Especially when we both have. I think was it? Did you say you're in college?
No, I got my degree last year.
Oh right, God, yeah. So right, so you're able to focus.
I'm working at Andy's 3 days a week.
Yes. Day.
Yeah. We could talk about that in a minute.
Of course.
And 3 days a week at Andy's, and then the rest of the week, I'm either dotting about or I'm just making YouTube content.
Like that's the same as me because you've got work, I've got online lessons and stuff. So, and especially after all our, I think the lockdown's been tough on motivation. After lockdown, like the novelty of being able to, like the first lockdown, I didn't even mind it. I love just relaxing, no school. Yeah, and then the novelty of it left completely. I don't know what relaxing is anymore because it's all I've done for the last year. So, but it's got to a stage where you'd think that if you don't know what relaxing is, that would mean you're really energetic and wanting to do this and that. But no, it's like you can't. Like I'm the most demotivated and lazy, and I'm in the worst place mentally for motivation that I've ever been before. And I'd like to think I'll never be this bad again. So even just things like, filming and posting a YouTube video could even be like, oof.
Yeah, I've not actually created an actual YouTube video that I've sat and planned out in ages. Like it must be at least a couple months. Like my camera's collecting dust right now because all I'm doing right now is just doing live streams, and that's my whack at the moment. Or podcasts, which I'm just using the new webcam that I've got, which has a ring light around it. So
brilliant. Yeah. That's what I'm using as well. I just bought. I don't know if you can tell. I can turn it off and back on again because my room's completely dark. It's actually brilliant. It's just like whoop. So it's actually makes the quality so much better.
Oh yeah, like looking at your ugly mug in HD, it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I was talking to myself, by the way.
Yeah, that was an insult on me, guys.
Absolutely. So, of course, we made acquaintance due to a certain video that you made about my dad's shop. And
complete luck. The chance of that happening, crazy.
It's not going to be easy, but it's what has to be done. We must embark on a mission to Andy's store. Andy! And we're going to Andy's store to get a packet of crisps because I'm hungry. It's a long, long way away. I'll keep you updated. Andy! It took a long, long time, but we're at Andy's store. Andy! Is your name actually Andy?
Yeah.
Really? That's awesome.
Yes, it's up there above the street.
That's awesome. I bought my bag of crisps, and I'll leave you with this. Andy!
Yeah, crazy.
What was the original thoughts behind this?
Honestly, you don't know how glad I am that you've asked this. So we go to. So me and my pals, we're all from Edinburgh. we are going over to London Links. Is that what it's called? Lower Largo, London Links.
Yeah.
Is that right?
London Links in Lower Largo, yeah.
Yeah, so we are all coming from Edinburgh for a wee summer getaway. My friend Gregor Rowland, hi Gregor, he has his grandparents have a wee, a nice little flat overlooking the River Forth. Happy days. So we're staying there, and they had a fishing rod, and I wanted to find a place to fish because I love fishing. And we went for a wee wander. There's a spar or something on the main street, isn't there? But that's
it's a Premier.
A Premier, yeah. And that was rubbish and expensive, and I didn't like it. So what's that?
Shout out to Zaffer. That's the guy that runs the shop.
Oh right, God. I'm sorry, I didn't like it very much. And I found my home when I went down to the pier to do some fishing, and I was like, Andy's store? I was like, I've never heard of any store like with that sort of name at all. Like, it's like something being called like Simon's store, David's store. It's just brilliant because it's literally just a store just named after him. It's so simple and it's so unique, and that's what made it amazing. So that's why. So I went into Andy's first time, and I think I spoke to you to start off with, and we bought some stuff to take back up to the flat, and I wanted to get some more crisps because I'm a fat bastard and I ate through all the crisps that I brought. So I wanted to go back down to the store. So I get my friend. I was like, do you want to vlog going to Andy's store with me? And he was like, no. And I was like, no, come on, come with me. Come on, Robert. Right. So me and Robert, we see Andy's store. I film it from the top of the hill. We are embarking on a massive journey to Andy's store to get some more crisps. And I was like, Andy! And I don't know what made me say it. Genuinely, something came over me. And then I was like, let's just scream Andy, Robert. Come on, Robert, come here. And I got us both just, Andy! And then we went down to the shop, got some stuff. Priceless, absolutely priceless. Comedy gold. At the end, we ask Andy, do you want to shout Andy with us? And he's going, Andy! He shouts Andy with us. And it's just, I just love the store. I love how unique and simple the name is. It's just, I just saw it as a video opportunity and went for it. And now it's sitting on like, I don't know, 500,000 views or something.
Really? As many as that?
Something like that, yeah.
The funny thing is, like, at that time, I hadn't actually ever got into downloading TikTok because
I'm not surprised.
I never jump on any trend. So, like, any challenge going, I think the last time for me it was the cinnamon challenge, which was, you know how long ago that was.
Jeez, oh man. Yeah, that's like when the ice bucket challenge and all that was around.
Crazy shit like that. Like, I'd never thought of downloading TikTok. Then next thing I know, like the next day, one of my mates, she sends me a Snapchat saying, "Have you seen this, by the way?" And then she sent me the video of the first part of Andy's store, and I was like, "The hell? What's this all about?"
Did you wait? I want to ask. When you first saw it, you didn't think we were taking the piss out of your dad, did you? No, good.
I just thought it was something random.
No, yeah, because it's so bizarre, yeah. Because like at no point was my intentions ever like taking the piss out of Andy's store. I was playing along with it. I was like, I love Andy's store. So I'm glad that you saw that.
I appreciate comedy, and I could tell by the tone of the video, it's all positive. No malice was meant by it. And I know for a fact my dad will just jump on any joke as well.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant guy.
So, and then you made a part 2 with me featured.
Of course, yeah. And then I gave your shout out to your channel, and I hadn't really heard of. I've heard of a guy. I'm sure you know him. I wouldn't be able to tell you what his name is, but I used to watch his videos. Who's the Dunfermline guy? The small Dunfermline guy.
Oh, is that 1885 Ben?
Yeah. So I watched him, but I'm not gonna lie, I hadn't come across your videos, but I almost recognized your face from somewhere. I think it was that Rangers video of you crying. Not to bring that up, sorry.
That was 4 years ago, mate.
God, man, and yeah, so that was a great day. Yeah, do you keep in touch with 1885 Ben?
We speak on I try my best to keep up with everyone, but
yeah, of course.
Like I've had Ben on the streams a couple of times. We do chat from time to time. Like if
it's just a shame for him because his team will never be in the Premier League to join all the big boy chat. Isn't that right, Ben?
I know. A few Dunfermline fans probably won't appreciate me saying that. But
Nah, no, honestly, I can say this now. I genuinely have real proper respect for Dunfermline. They're a proper football club because this is my view. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'll be controversial. I hate the fact that Hamilton and Livingston are in the Premier League. I cannot stand it because I personally, they add nothing. They cannot take away fans. Like they can't bring big numbers of away fans. They bring no money to Scottish football. They have no home fans. They're basically two boys' clubs that are in the Premier League. How they've managed to get there, that's a whole different discussion. They do nothing for Scottish football from being there, apart from make it less money. If clubs like Dunfermline, when clubs like Dunfermline, Falkirk, Hearts, Dundee are all back in the Premier League, even maybe people like Greenock Morton at a push. Like when all of them I'd much rather Greenock Morton than Livingston or Hamilton. I can't stand them. Even Ross County, I don't particularly like being in the Premier League. Even they don't add much. But that's just my opinion. I don't know about your views on that. What do you think?
I've got an open opinion. Like I don't mind who's in the Premier League or Premiership as long as it's Motherwell.
Yeah, no, I mean that's true. Like to be honest, I'd happily be in the Premier League with Spartans and Edinburgh City and Hutchison Vale. As long as Dundee United are there, that's all I want, because it's tough.
I've done a Boxing Day away trip to Ross County before. Like
bad idea.
Transport is awful, but it's great.
Yeah. Is it right next to the sea, Dingwall?
Like you can see the water from Dingwall. Well, like on the road up, like you've got to cross the Keswick Bridge.
Yeah.
To get to Dingwall anyway. I think, if my memory serves me right, you can see the sea from Dingwall. But I mean, Dingwall is an away day. You've got the train station, a pub on the train station platform, and then you go around, all within about
it's good. It's
several
good.
100 yards. It's absolutely fantastic.
That pub will be missing out on business big time.
Oh, definitely.
Because either way, like it doesn't matter if it's Celtic fans, Dundee United fans, Rangers fans, Motherwell fans, anyone. There's always going to be like the number of fans needed, even if it was like Hamilton and they only taken like 50. Like the Ross County fan, no doubt some of them will be in there as well. There'll always be the right amount of people to fill up that pub, so they'll be missing out on on the football big time.
Yeah, absolutely. Back on TikTok though, for me, I've always wondered this. In your opinion, what makes the perfect TikTok?
It doesn't exist. But if the if the perfect TikTok were to exist, it would need. I love a little bit of controversial humor just to raise some eyebrows. Like it's brilliant. It gets people's attention. Brilliant. A tiny wee bit of controversial humor, like you're more friendly, PG childish humor for the kids, so they have something to laugh about and enjoy as well. And the controversial stuff being the more adult humor. But for the people that don't like the controversial stuff, you need a second lot of like adult humor, but just straight humor. So you've got childish humor, controversial humor, adult humor, and then you just need to add there needs to be a level of excitement right from the start. The video can't take a while to get going. It can't be like, this is what we're doing. It needs to be boom right from the start. And then I'm seeing it on my For You page, and I'm like, God, I want to see the rest of this video. That's what it needs to be, something right from the start. And then it needs to be energetic. It needs to be chaotic. This is my perfect TikTok, because keep in mind, if somebody's a poet, their perfect TikTok might be a poem. Like that, I love comedy, so this would be my perfect TikTok. And then there needs to be the perfect punchline at the end. You've made people piss themselves laughing throughout the video. like while actually enjoying it, like they're watching like a Netflix movie. Like you've got a plot, you've got characters, you've got relatability. There needs to be relatability, something where someone will tag their friends in the comment and say, remember when this happened to us? Or like, this reminds me of you and Daniel. There needs to be relatability. That's what makes viral content. And there needs to be that final punchline at the end, which just turns people, makes them dead. It makes them piss themselves. And then they finish the video like, oh my God, that was an experience and a half. That was brilliant, and that's it.
So you're sort of looking for something that's it's going to be like the Monty Python sketch, the funniest joke ever.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what the situation is. Well, I'm thinking more of a skit here because that's what I do, like a comedy sketch. But realistically, you can make a comedy sketch about anything. Like, give me 2 words, any 2 words, go.
Handbags.
Uh-huh.
And toilet paper.
Handbags and toilet paper. So I have right here, have this wig. This wig is an old granny and she is walking in a supermarket, yeah? So this old granny is walking in a supermarket, blah, da, 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 da. She gets to the toilet paper aisle. It's the pandemic. There's only 1 roll left. You get the roll from your bathroom, you sit it up. There you go. That's the 1 roll of toilet paper left. So another guy, like a little young boy, he also wants the last bit of toilet paper. And he said, and so he says to the granny, he's like, because they both go for it at the same time. And she's like, oh, do you want that? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, do you want it too? And she's like, yeah. And they decide the best way possible to decide who gets the last piece of toilet paper, the last roll, is they decide who needs it more. So the granny says, I've got absolutely no toilet paper in my house. And like, I'm just a wee old lady and the next supermarket's at the other side of town and come on, like I need it. And I'm just a wee old lady. And the boy says, well, I've just shit myself. So the granny tries to take it, even though the boy clearly needs it more. The granny tries to take it. The boy tries to take it as well. Granny has a handbag. It finishes with the granny taking a swing, boy taking an absolute doing on the head by a handbag, and there you go.
Love that.
There you go. So this is my thing. Like, you can make a skit about anything. Sport, football, politics, in a bathroom, in a PE hall, in a school, on the street, on a bus stop, anywhere, anything, anywhere, anytime. You can make a skit.
No, see what I would have done, right?
No, yeah, go for it, please.
One thing I would have changed for the punchline, because obviously we're always thinking, oh, we've got to respect our elders, etc. I would have just left it hanging on the wee boy shitting himself.
Yeah.
And that leaves everyone's imagination to run wild. Yeah.
That's true. Like, there's lots of stuff you can do it, but then the thing is, you said handbag and toilet paper, and I had to involve the handbag.
Oh yeah, very true. I forgot about that. Well played. That's a perfect joke.
Yeah, I think it's just like everybody has their talents. Like, I'd never be able to do what you do. Like, I admire it. Like, you can, genuinely, you sit through football matches, like, a couple times every week, and you're keeping chat going throughout the whole thing. Like, when I'm watching a football match, to be honest, quite a lot of the time, I like to just watch it. Like, I can speak football a lot when like a match isn't going on, but when a match is actually happening, I'm not great with explaining words under pressure, and the match is happening right now, and you have to commentate like live. And like sometimes I just like run out of things to say. I just kind of want to sit and watch the match. You keep up an entertaining like 90 minutes plus, like you speak before and after the game. You're keeping up a quality, entertaining video the whole time, and that's brilliant. Like my sort of like talent is like just coming up with random shit on the spot like that. Like,
there you go.
Yeah, just quick thinking, but like, yeah, brilliant. It just shows everybody has the stuff they're good and bad at. Everybody. So there you go.
That's absolutely fair enough, mate. Next question I've got is: Have you learned anything by watching TikTok?
By watching or by using?
All of the above.
Perfect. Well, by using it, I've definitely become a lot more thick-skinned person because, but by being big on any social media, I'm sure you've had your hate comments in the past. You'll have had your, yeah, of course, everybody has. Anybody who uses any platforms will have had hate. I get my hate. At the start, I used to let it really bother me. It really bothered me. I'd sit in my room all day, like depressed, like I can't believe somebody would say that. But one day, like it just clicked. I don't care what other people think. I really don't care. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm never gonna apologize for who I am. I'm gonna make my videos, and people can either like them or they don't. And that's what that click has made me a much more thick-skinned person. And so yeah, what from TikTok, from using it, and from making videos, I was a bit of a, a bit more of a pussy before TikTok. I'd let things get to me like, but yeah, like literally for somebody who's struggling with like kind of anxiety about stuff, sometimes the best thing is to be thrown in at the deep end. I was thrown in at the deep end, having hundreds of hate comments every day. And it got to the stage where it's like, bring it on, come on. Like the more hate I get, like the more like attention my account's getting, and like the more like funny videos I can make replying to hate. So
for example, see that when I did go viral because of the Rangers video, I'll just call it.
You mean the incident where you cried in the away end at Ibrox for everybody to see? Yeah, that one. All right, I was just making sure. Sorry.
Thanks for that.
No, I was sure.
So basically, Motherwell played Rangers, funnily enough, the next week as well in a league game. So like I was getting double the heat, and then I think it was like a couple months later, I was still getting a fair enough amount of views. I thought Rangers manager Mark Warburton had left Rangers, so I was like, right. So we use Warburton's bread for sandwiches or toast or whatever. So what I did, basically in the style of a TikTok, I filmed myself putting the last bit of Warburton's bread into the toaster, filming the toast pop up, and then put it onto a plate, spray it in jam, film me eating the toast, and then once I'd finished with the toast and jam, I just looked up at the camera and said, "Rangers are toast," and that got several dislikes. Like a lot of, it was a big FU from a lot of Rangers fans.
Of course, they will go in on you like you've never ever experienced it before. They don't care. The zombies, as I call them, coming back from the dead. The zombies, they don't care. They've not got a brain or a heart. They're a zombie. They'll do anything to you. They don't care.
Yeah, fair game. I once got told to take a cardiac arrest. I think that's my best hate comment.
God, yeah. Well, I mean, what's your view on the Rangers situation? Because like, I'm friends with some Rangers fans. Like, I love a lot of Rangers fans. Some of them, like any football team, are a bit of a pain to deal with. But obviously, Rangers have been. So now I'm the one interviewing you, Goggsy. Go on. Obviously, Rangers have been liquidated. They've been sent down to the bottom league. As it's literally like on paper, they like really shouldn't be the same team. Like they've literally been told, like as a club, you've broken so many rules, and we're just gonna have to send you all the way back down there. It's like telling a business, like, all right, it's like having a pizza restaurant, and the pizza restaurant like breaks the rules, and it gets told, okay, like you are gonna have to like close down this restaurant completely. You're like all the awards this restaurant's won, and you're gonna have to move down the street there. The other end of the street's shit. Like nobody goes there to eat. So they open up with a new name. Like it went from Rangers to the Rangers. They open up with a new name at the other end of the street. And
cafe to that cafe.
Yeah, exactly. It's gone from pizza shop to the pizza shop. And then they claim, but we're still the exact same pizza shop that we were over there. It's like, no, you weren't, because you're on that street and now you're on that street. You've got a different name. Like nobody, I don't know. There's lots of ways you could look at it. Like, but what do you think, Goggsy?
I get tired about bumping my gums to this because like part of me agrees with them, part of me doesn't. It's like, but it's the same. It's like they still achieved this, they still achieved that, but then again they had to get liquidated, and then people will be arguing in the comments now absolutely all the time saying, "Oh, but it's the same football team and the same company, etc." I honestly do not know.
They've rebranded. They've completely rebranded. They changed their
know.
badge name. But at the end of the day, this is what a Rangers fan would tell you, and this is what we all like. I don't like Rangers, but I have to keep this into account. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I don't think they're the same club, because on paper they are. They've been allowed to keep their medals, they've been allowed to keep all their trophies, they've been allowed to keep their history. So no matter what we think, it's not been decided that they're not. Like there wasn't there wasn't a decision in court about that or anything. So as far as everybody is concerned, like they are the same club, and we can't think otherwise, or we can't state otherwise factually, but we can think otherwise.
Yeah, we can poke fun at them.
Yeah, exactly. It's just fun.
I think that's
You're not Rangers anymore. You're not Rangers anymore.
Done that plenty of times.
Of course, I think the best thing, the best feeling is if you're at Ibrox winning and you can sing that to the Rangers fans, because they must hate it. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you do anything to offend them, they'll be right on you. Like perfect example is when we were 1-0 up and lost 2-1 against them in the cup, and then it caused me to go viral.
Wait. Was that for the video where you cried because you can see the last goal? That one. Oh, yeah, I was just making sure. Cool.
yeah, that one. Aye, so it was that, and it was just like because we were 1-0 up in the 75th minute, and we were doing all this. We were doing all this to take the piss out of them. We were calling them junkies. We were calling them this. We were calling them that. And Kenny Miller scores twice. Egg on our face, and obviously they got the bragging rights.
That would have been rubbish, yeah. I mean,
it was.
Yeah, I think it was a shame. Dundee United are not being happy with us against Rangers this year. We put up a good fight against them at Tannadice when we played them at Tannadice. We lost 2-1. We didn't play great, but we could have done better. But it's just when we went to Ibrox, we lost 4-1 a couple of weeks back. Lawrence Shankland, and I can't remember who the other one was, to be honest, but Lawrence Shankland, one of the other players, missed a complete sitter in the first couple of minutes, like a complete sitter. And
I remember watching the game, and I thought you did well up until they scored the first.
Oh, no, we're playing brilliant, playing some of the best football we played all season. So up for it. If we'd scored there, I think it could have been a different story. I think we would have got something out of the game, because that would have really lifted our spirits. But when you're playing Celtic or Rangers, you're not going to get many chances. The only way you can ever beat Celtic or Rangers, this is if you take like either your first or second chance. Like you have to score either your first or second chance. Like it's very rare, like to beat Celtic or Rangers. It will happen, obviously. That's not the only way. But from my experience, as soon as Celtic or Rangers scored the first goal, that's it.
You're absolutely right with the first goal thing. But I've always thought the best way to beat Rangers and Celtic is you sit in, soak up the pressure, keep it 0-0 till very late.
This is the thing.
Bring on a second striker, and then you go at them, and then you.
That's what we did. Exactly what we did when we drew against Celtic 0-0 at Tannadice in our last game. Exactly what we did. But the only thing is, we were soaking up all the pressure at the beginning. Yeah. If they score, you're screwed. Yeah. Because that means your game plan, everything you've been preparing for the last week, if they score in the first 20 minutes, your game plan's out the window, and you're going to get a bit confused. Like, oh shit, what do we do now? It's getting like with the manager saying, oh no, what are you doing? Keep sitting back. Oh no, you go there, and just comes a bit of a like kerfuffle, and then they'll end up putting 5 or 6 past you.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, really, because like I don't know about you, but I look at a point against Rangers and Celtic as a point gained more than anything. Even if,
of course.
Like, because like it's just a bonus point the way I see it. Because on paper we should be getting spanked by Rangers and Celtic every time we play them, But
of course.
we were actually unlucky not to beat Rangers a few weeks ago, and we were 1-0 up, and Rangers had a goal.
Was it Long scored. Lang, whatever his name is, scored at Ibrox.
Oh yeah, Lang scored at Ibrox. Also, Cole
First
scored
goal.
in the 1-each drop.
Oh yeah. So
Well,
and Devante Cole, is he doing well?
he's doing well now. Like, he's in the form of his life. Like, I've never seen him play that well.
How long has he been at Motherwell?
He was at us for a loan spell last season, until January.
Was he doing well?
What?
And was he doing well in that loan spell?
Aye. He was all right. And then we sort of lost that attacking threat from Cole. And then that caused us to do really badly. And then I think it was like October, I think we signed him again. And since then, I think he's our top goal scorer since he signed.
The thing that Motherwell lack is any like striker with any form of striker instincts. Because your two guys up front, like Tony Watt's just a waste of space. Like I've seen him play for Hearts. Wherever he's been, he's a waste of space. That guy. He doesn't score. Oh, the thing is, he has a hell of a lot of talent. He has talent. But his attitude sucks.
I think it's the opposite. I think when he's played for Motherwell, his work rate has been fantastic.
Really? Because at Hearts is just like the fans. The Hearts fans said it was a.
The problem with Tony Watt is, with Motherwell, is if he doesn't score his first chance, he's not scoring at all.
I suppose like the thing with United is, like the big shame about United this season is like Lawrence Shankly scored a couple more goals like recently. He went through a wee stage for 2 or 3 games where he scored like 4 or 5. But that was him back to his best. Like, did you see the highlights of us against Livingston?
Yes.
Like that was Lawrence Shankly back to his best, on fire. But I feel sorry for him because we theoretically should have been getting 3 million plus for him this summer, but he's done like not much this season from being unstoppable. Like COVID break really hasn't done him well, just because he's just gone such a long time without playing football. He's an amazing player, but I feel sorry for him. Our team is we just don't give him any chances. I don't know if it's because we're not good enough, because of the manager has been picking some really odd formations. He's been playing Nicky Clark in the midfield. He's done some weird stuff. But the one thing that we've never been able to do consistently this season is give Lawrence Shankland regular chances, because the one thing about United this season, which we have against all other teams, is Lawrence Shankland. Because personally, I could rant on about how brilliant he is for ages. You give him a couple chances, it doesn't matter how shit you're playing. That's what happened last season. He'll take a half chance and he'll bury it. Like, you just give him chances, a couple chances every game, he'll score 30 plus goals. That's what he does. But we have given him nothing. Because
like I went to school with Louis Apere. And,
he's a good player. He came on against Celtic and played well. I think we should be starting him and Lawrence up front, but he's been on the bench quite a lot this year.
Because I'm pretty sure he started at Ibrox and he was playing centre mid. I was like, but Louis is a striker.
Yeah, I mean, because he started. I'm pretty sure he started off like a centre back. He then got moved to a striker. I can't really remember, but he got put to junior football, and he just to learn his trade, become big and strong. He came back to us last season. It was brilliant. I think Leeds United were subject to a £2 million bid at one point.
Yeah, it sounds like Louis.
You think?
He's honestly the most gifted player that I've ever played alongside.
Played alongside?
I was in the same school team as him when I was good enough in first year.
Fair enough.
And made a few bench appearances. Because I mean, look at me, I'm not exactly like my upper body leaves a lot left desired. I will just say that. But yeah, I got the pleasure to play alongside Louis Apere for a couple of games. He's like, his vision was just above anyone else's. I also played in the same team as him when we were playing PE. Like, he would just put balls on he'd put balls into the box, right into my head because I was a striker, and like they were always inch perfect crosses. Like you
he's good out wide, getting the ball in the box. He's good at that. That's really interesting hearing about that. Hearing more about him because he's got the X factor. He's got something. He's got it, but he just sometimes looks lost in games. Like it's like, oh, Louis Arper is playing. Oh shit, so he is. It's like but he's scored some brilliant goals. He's capable of certain things that other players just can't do. He's like, if he can create a chance from nothing. But what I think out of all the players at United, even though Louis, he's quick, but he's not lightning quick. Like was he quick when he was at school?
Yeah, he was one of the quickest in school.
All right, well, because like he's obviously a big lad. He's grown, huge. And the one thing about like
he always beat me in the bleep tests. I'll give him that.
Yeah. But I do the bleep test, those bloody things. But like we the thing about United this season is we lack any wingers. We don't have any quick players. We sold McMullen to Dundee, and that's fine because McMullen he was a good championship player. He's not a Premier League player. He's not up to it. But to be fair, having said that, it's still because we have nobody else with any element of pace. I'd still rather have him to bring on and run around. We loaned Luke Bolton, who's a winger from Man City. Don't know how he's on Man City's ranks. He started off the season well, but he's shite. He's really not very good. And scored.
Bolton, then.
What's that? Sorry.
He's the quality of Bolton.
The quality.
So he's the quality of Bolton. That's a football team joke because his name's Bolton.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I didn't catch on to that one. Yep. Sorry. And but he should. I don't know if he's going through a rough stage or something. Because the thing about footballers that people forget is you never know what's going on in their lives. People just think, oh, they're shit because we're fans, and that's what we're going to say. Yeah. But there's more to like what's going on the pitch sometimes. But yeah, Luke Bolton started off well. He scored a late equaliser. He's not done much, but we've really got not many people with like pace and skill. So the person I'd most want running at defender on a one-on-one situation in our team is Louis Arper.
Moving on, I've got a few football questions here. If there was one rule in football that you could change, what would it be?
Yeah, honestly, it's tricky. What's that?
You were like,
oh, did I? Oh, I didn't need to do that. Sorry. Honestly, it's like I'd probably say that what I'd say is that there should be. I think that this would work better than VAR because VAR causes too much controversy, and there's something that could potentially end it all. So in hockey, in field hockey, like you basically it's like in tennis. Actually, in tennis, you get referrals. Yeah. Like you get Hawkeye, you get referrals. So I think like the camera should be in place so that you can see what's going on the pitch. And I think like each team should have like 2 like referrals. And obviously, if you use one of them and you get like the decision in your favor, like we want to use a referral here, we think that should be a penalty. So rather than it be going straight to the VAR box to decide, it should be like that. That should be the manager that says, "Yep, we want a referral for that." I think that could be really cool. And then they check it. If they're wrong, you lose the referral. If you're right, oh yeah, that was a free kick, or that was a penalty, then you get the penalty and you keep your referral. And then you just get. Yeah, basically just get 2 chances to say we want that, go and check it. If you're wrong, that's you, like no more referrals for you, just have to rely on the referee's decisions. And I think might be the fairest way to do it. I think that would be really interesting.
Absolutely, yeah. That's absolutely spot on because like you've got so many people complaining about VAR. It takes up to 10 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
Most bizarre circumstances.
Makes the flow of the game much better because they're not checking everything. They're only checking what like the manager at the side of the pitch is telling you to check. Like, yeah, we want to check that. Yeah.
You've got it nail hit on the head right there. I'd be absolutely ecstatic with that. If Motherwell were needing a goal and all of a sudden there's a handball.
Bobby Madden points the wrong way, gives a yellow card to Tony Watt for diving. The manager's like, he did not dive. He clipped his knee, checked the cameras. Oh yeah, it was a penalty. Motherwell will score. Happy days, yeah.
And then the yellow card gets taken off him.
Exactly, yeah. He goes like this. Huh? Oh. That's what they do.
What's your most valuable bit of memorabilia?
Is there a point in me getting it? It's like right there. Give me like 30 seconds to get. Why not?
That's fine. I'll get mine.
Perfect. All right. I think. Well, first of all, like this is like, I suppose this counts as memorabilia. This was my granddad's from 1947-48 season. He won a knockout challenge cup and for the SSFA. So it was like while he was like representing his country, and he's got like a cap and everything. Like the caps, he's got one of the like Scotland caps. That's from my brother's room. That would have taken too long for me to find, but that's something cool. As you can tell, it's a bit old, but I think that's cool. He was a very talented footballer, but my dad tells me that so my granddad's name was Clifford Grant. My dad says he was a very good footballer, but what happened was, because there was no money in football back in those days, my granddad's dad basically told him my granddad's dad knew that Aberdeen, Dundee and Celtic had offered him a contract, and he didn't tell him about it because he knew that if he told him about it, he'd want him to so he'd say like, Dad, please can I do it? And like Clifford, like my granddad, he'd have his heart set on playing football. So my granddad's dad never even told him that he got offered these contracts because he didn't want him playing football. It's a big shame, but that's the story. And he could have been a good player, but yeah, there you go.
Wow, because I've just googled Clifford Grant, and it's come up saying Australian-based singer.
I don't think that's him. And then this
I wouldn't think so. Football.
There's Ivan Gulak, 1994 Scottish Cup against Rangers. That's the programme. Wow. So yeah, 1994 Scottish Cup against Rangers. There you are. Rangers against Dundee United. We 1-1-0. Craig Brewster goal late on in the game. Take that. Happy days. I do have some other stuff. I've got a top. I won't get it. I've got a replica top there from when Dundee United won the league in 1983. I have lots of memorabilia. I could go on about stuff all day, but I'll let you show me yours.
Well, I won't bring up my signed 1991 Scottish Cup final program, because that was the last thing.
Oh no, yeah, of course it was that when Motherwell beat Dundee United 4-3, was it?
Yeah.
My dad was at that game. It was a tough one to take. He said that the toughest week for any Dundee United fan who's been alive, who's still alive today, my dad says, it was in 1987, or was it 19? Oh no, it was 1987. So what happened was in the space of like a couple seasons, we were in like the equivalent of the like Champions League, European Cup semi-final against Roma. I don't know if you've ever heard this story.
My dad was at the home leg, funnily enough.
Wow, brilliant! Yeah, because we won 2-0.
Yeah, because he phoned up on the day and said, "Is it all right if 4 Motherwell fans can drive up from Bathgate to get to go to the game?" And they were like, "Absolutely, aye, no problem." And so my dad and a few others were at the game.
Perfect. Wow, wow. So that's amazing that's what I find amazing about football back then. Like, you don't care if it's somebody else's team. You just want to go and watch a European night. That's amazing. And but Roma bribed the ref in the second leg, and it came out after the game. They ended up losing 3-0, got denied a penalty. They gave Roma a goal, which wasn't even a goal. Like, it was just, the whole situation was horrible. And that's why Dundee United fans have a personal vendetta against Roma. But anyway, there was another time we were playing I think it was St Mirren in the Scottish Cup final. We had a chance to win the league again, and we're in the European UEFA Cup final, and we didn't win the league. We've messed up a couple of results, lose to St Mirren somehow. Like, how do we manage that? And then to top things off, like, we go and lose to Gothenburg in the UEFA Cup final, and what that reminds me of is the exact opposite to the week that Manchester United won the league, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. It's like we had the chance to do the same, or even just one of them. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah.
So, but what I find crazy about Scottish football is Dundee United are meant to be like one of the top 5, top 6 biggest teams, and we've won 5 trophies, and now St Johnstone, who are a bunch of farmers from Perth, like they've now won 2 trophies. They're like 3 away from us. So that doesn't say much about us. Like, we've lost so many finals, but anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, St Johnstone have won 2 more trophies than I've witnessed in Motherwell win in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So that puts perspective on things.
Yeah, it really does. It really, really does. But then Motherwell they've been to their fair share of cup finals. It's just a shame that every single cup final they've been to has been against Celtic in their prime with Brendan Rodgers.
Exactly. Because 2011 Celtic got beat 3-0. 2017 League Cup got beat 2-0 by Celtic. 2018 Scottish Cup got beat by Celtic 2-0. And we played in the CIS Cup final in 2005. Got beat 5-1 by Rangers. When's it going to end?
I know.
But my most treasured thing, it's basically a trophy. Signed artwork of James McFadden scoring that goal in Paris.
Oh, wow. Oh, to Gogsy as well. Wowie. Brilliant. How do you manage to get that?
Basically, for my 18th birthday, my dad got me this through my uncle, because my uncle was team doctor at the time. So, and because James McFadden worked at Motherwell for several years of his life, I managed to get one of those.
Brilliant.
So, and the fact is, to Gogsy.
Yes, brilliant. It makes it much better than just another signed piece of memorabilia that they didn't actually sign for you. So much better when they sign it for you. I've got a John Cena autograph over there. When I met John Cena, went to WWE, got a quick picture with him because he was outside signing autographs. So I got a quick picture with him. He was like, "All right, wee man," and I was in tears a couple of years back. When I've always loved my WWE. It was like, well, you can't see me. So I've got a surprise for you.
Oh.
So,
right.
It happens to be John Cena's actually in this room. Can you see him?
No. That's a joke.
Right there. He's right there. Come on. Gogsy, come on. Why are you pretending you can't see him? Say something, John.
Because that's a joke. You can't see me. Now we're moving on to Scotland qualifying for the Euros. Where were you the moment that Mitrovic had his penalty saved by David Marshall?
So I was downstairs in my living room, and I said some very horrible things to Mitrovic. I ran up to the TV and I was absolutely going at him. All I saw was just like, I didn't see red. I just saw every single color. I was going absolutely mental. I was disrespecting Mitrovic's family. I was going, get right up here. Like, I was going mental. I turned into a madman, started saying all these things, like going around the house, like punching stuff, just going absolutely mental. My mum had to come in, tell me to calm down. I was like, do not tell me to calm down. Do not tell me to calm down. Scotland are in the fucking Euros. I was going absolutely mental. And honestly, yeah, mental.
Brilliant. So Scotland have never made it out of a group before in the major finals. Is 2021 the year?
Listen, I think it's these things are down to luck as well. I think the fact we're there is great. Monkey's off our shoulder. I would love to beat England. Of course I would. You know something controversial that I think.
Mm-hmm.
See how everybody looks back to that 2-2 at Hampden and thinks, what a great day. I hate that day. I hate it. I hate it. I cannot watch the goals. People put Lee Griffiths' goals on Twitter like, this was a year ago today, 2 years ago today. I can't watch it. It makes me too annoyed. Like, that we had the chance to beat England at Hampden, and of course Scotland managed to mess it up. There's nothing good about that day. I don't care that we got a point because we didn't end up even qualifying. If we'd won that, we would have actually maybe qualified for that tournament. But like, obviously, we didn't clear the ball. Stuart Armstrong didn't clear the ball. Somebody else then had a chance to clear it. Just put the ball away, man. Genuinely. So then England, of course, comes straight back into the box. Harry Kane. There you go. Nothing special about that day at all. All that day was a big, big missed opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we're on to the make or break round. This is the off-topic questions. Everyone's favourite part of the show. For those who have made it that far, not clicked off. So the first question is desert island films. What 3 films would you take to a desert island and watch? Like,
well, speaking of island, so have you ever seen? Have you ever seen 3:10 to Yuma?
No.
So it's got Russell Crowe, Christian Bale. It's basically a Western. I watched it a couple of years back. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. Speaking of islands, I might even take Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio. That ending will never fail to amaze me. Never fail to amaze me. I think Forrest Gump. I think it's one of the most incredible movies of all time because it's about 1,000 different movies made into one movie. Like, if you think about, have you seen Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
A few times.
Because if you think about Forrest Gump, there's generally about 1,000 movies made into one. Because at one point, he's in Vietnam fighting in a war. He's in China playing for the USA in the ping pong. He's in, he's running from like basically all the way across America. He's grown up in school as a boy who can't run. He's making speeches in Washington in front of all these people. He does a million different things. Like there's about like 1,000 different movies in there somewhere that have just all been made into one. He's so many different places at once. There's so many things going on in the movie that like every time I watch the movie, I've seen it about 20 times. Every single time I watch it, I'll pick up something new. Like, oh right, yeah. Like even the thing about him becoming a millionaire from like starting a shrimping business. That's like, that could be a whole like movie. It's incredible.
That could be a whole documentary.
It could be a whole thing. So all those, everything's been packed into one incredible, big, amazing ball of amazingness. So yeah, Forrest Gump's brilliant.
Great description. For me, Interstellar.
Okay, all right. So I watched that recently. Yeah. I think that things got way too weird for my brain because it was a Monday night. I was like, I don't need this on a Monday night. And the weird thing is, like, there's actually an element of truth in it. Like, it got a wee bit wishy-washy towards the end when he opens the door, but like at the end of the day, like I've read reviews on the film, I've read up on it. Like they say, like it's so I wouldn't be able to explain it. I need my friend Theo Marcus here. He's good at explaining it. But there is like ways where you could go somewhere and do something, and you could actually see your like old self like arriving there and all that sort of, because of the way space and time works. It's crazy, absolutely. And like even the fact that right now I'm looking up at those stars up there, and I'm technically looking at the past, because some of those stars might actually not even be there anymore. They might have blown up, like thousands or millions of years ago, and I'm still seeing them. So it's like, it's a great, amazing.
It's like there's something very, very interesting about space and time. I think it's the fact that we don't understand it yet that makes it so more intriguing. Like, I mean, I've watched like bits of Interstellar about 10 times since I've watched the actual film. I only watched it first time a couple of weeks ago, and like the fact it was 3 hours long, I was like, I can still watch more of it.
Yeah. It's very gripping, very gripping.
So gripping.
Have you ever seen Draft Day with Kevin Costner, by the way?
I have not, no.
It's another good one about Draft Day. Have you seen Moneyball with Brad Pitt?
I have not seen Moneyball either.
God, wow, okay. Yeah,
I've got a sheltered life, mate. Sheltered life.
No, yeah, honestly, do you have Amazon Prime?
I do.
Yeah. I don't Draft Day. I think Draft Day is still on there, but I definitely give Draft Day, definitely Moneyball. That's still on Amazon Prime. Brilliant sports movies. It's like, it's just sport in general. Like, if you're a football fan, then you'll love it. Like, it's just sport. It's just the power of sport. And Moneyball, properly good. Definitely recommend that. Anyway, what's your other movies? So Interstellar.
For today's show, I'll say The Interview.
All right, yeah, where they go and interview Kim Jong-un. Great movie, yeah.
Because of how offensive it was.
And this is what I mean. Like, you wouldn't be able to get away with that today.
No,
but it's like, come on. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like there's always going to be people that find someone offensive and people who don't. So if you don't find it funny and you don't like it, then you don't need to scream about the fact that you don't like it. Just don't watch it and let the people who do appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the other one. I'm in a very jovial mood today, so I'm going to say Step Brothers.
Okay. Oh, great movie. Yeah, I've watched that about 15 times as well.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Brennan. Get your nutsack off my drum set. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Next question is, you have to make a playlist, but can only choose 3 artists. Who's in it?
So you know what cheers me up when I'm down?
What?
Country music. But do you know what the funny thing is?
What?
It's not because I like it. It's because I find it hilarious. It's hilarious to laugh at. Like, I was feeling a wee bit down. Like, who isn't feeling a bit down recently? Like, you go through stages. Some days are just ugh. So I stuck on some country, and the song was called Jesus Was a Country Boy, and it's literally like it's like, I had a dog, but he died yesterday, but something came to save my ways. I had a girl down by the river. Her name was Virginia. And then it's just like, but I never remember where I came from. I never remember where I used to toy, because Jesus was a country boy. It's like, I hope you get where I'm playing at. It's just hilarious. Like, the lyrics are just like laughable. Like, it's so bad that it's just laughable. And there's another one called That's Why God Created a Front Porch. It's like, this is why God created a front porch. It's like, and they're properly being serious. When they sing it, they're properly being serious. They're going for it. Like, if you watch the concerts live, they're singing like they mean it, and it's just hilarious. Like, so I think Johnny Paycheck, he's a good, or maybe even Johnny Paycheck. He's a funny country artist, so I'm gonna say him. And if you don't know who he is, I doubt many of the viewers will. Search him up.
I'll have a look.
And who else? I think I do like. I think I quite like a bit of Billy Joel, to be honest. Never go wrong. And I think number 3. Oh, actually, no. I'm going to switch Billy Joel for maybe Bon Jovi, and I'm going to also put Bruce Springsteen in there as well. Do you like Bruce Springsteen?
Born to Run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sprung from ages of highwayman. It's great. Baby, we were born to run.
I like a bit of indie music, so.
Yeah, I like Oliver Tree and stuff. I could jam to them.
I'm very current, so for me,
that's okay.
It'd be a bit of like Two Door Cinema Club.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Sundara Karma. I like them.
Oh yeah, because I'm going to the Leeds Festival in summer, and Two Door Cinema Club are playing there.
Aye.
That's if it goes ahead. The Leeds Festival, there's no guarantee, is there?
Yeah, exactly. And we'll go one more. Viola Beach, for the reason that they are no longer with us, and due to a crash in Sweden. I think it was on a bridge.
That's a very good point, actually, because like I'm sure you've heard of Leonard Skinner.
Yeah,
because they got in a in a plane crash as well, some of the members of the band. So I think I'd fire them in there as well, because I do think that there is something about you like almost appreciate artists a lot more when they're not with you anymore, because you really you just really appreciate and go deeper into the song than you normally would.
Oh yeah.
So I do think that Lynyrd Skynyrd would be a good shout. Put them in there as well.
Aye, because like people can get drunk at parties and be like, "Oh, this is an absolute tune," but like they don't realize what the song actually means.
Nah. And by the way, before I forget, I can't believe I didn't say Happy Gilmore when I was speaking about my movies. I love like most people don't like Adam Sandler. I do really like him. I watched a comedy stand-up special with Adam Sandler on Netflix. It was called 100% Fresh. And if any of you watching like Adam Sandler, definitely search up 100% Fresh on Netflix. Adam Sandler stand-up comedy for like an hour. It's brilliant.
He's a bit Marmite though, isn't he? Like you either love him or you hate him.
No, yeah, 100%. There's nobody in the middle with him. Nobody in the middle, yeah. You either love him or hate him. I completely agree.
Mm-hmm. The next question is, if you could make a five-a-side team up of Dundee United players you've witnessed play in the flesh, who'd be it?
Good question. I'm going to say all the players are in their prime, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to say in goal, I'm going to put... I think in goal, I'm going to put Radoslav Szczesniak, because Benji, at the minute, Benji Cedrus is absolutely massive. But I'm thinking like five-a-side goal, and Rado was a bit more, he was a bit smaller, but I think that almost suits the five-a-side game a bit more, because Benji, when coming down to make a save, he has a much more longer way to go. So I think Rado would almost be better in a wee five-a-side goal. I think I'm going to put two in defense, one in midfield, and two up front. So midfielder,
4 outfield, 1 goalkeeper.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. So I'm going to put because I've already put my goalie. Jeez, Christ, Callum. So I'm going to put I'll have one centre. No, I'll have one centre back, 2 midfielders, 1 up front. I think. Mm-hmm. So I think in centre back position, I honestly think it doesn't need to be a big guy, because like you're not going for headers and stuff when you're like in five-a-side, really. So I actually think, what's that? Sorry.
More about ability.
No, exactly. So I actually think I'd fire Andy Robertson at the back, and because he can make the tackles, he can shoot, he can drive the ball forward, good at passing, good at feeding the ball through. I think midfield, maybe I'm actually almost tempted to say Willow Flood in his prime, because he runs around like a madman. I'm also tempted to say Jimmy Gomez. Morgaro Gomez in his prime, runs around. Prince Boabin in his prime, maybe. But I'm going to say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Johnny Russell in there as an attacking midfielder. And I need my other midfielder to be just like somebody, they don't have to be quick, but they need to be good with the ball at their feet and just really composed. I'm going to say Stuart Armstrong. And up front, I think it's got to be Nadir Chifchi.
Oh, Nads. I love Nadir at Motherwell.
Of course.
We had him for a very brief spell, but his performance against Hamilton Accies in the last league game of the season was more than enough to write him into folklore as a Motherwell.
No, he's genuinely... it's a shame he's never hit the heights that he had hit at United since he's left, and why that is, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I think it's because he's gotten he was getting so much money at Celtic. He probably got paid 4 or 5 million quid for just sitting there for a couple of seasons doing nothing. I think that maybe the fact he was just earning so much money and he wasn't getting a game, it just put him into a wee bit of I can't really be arsed to have all this money attitude, maybe. That's a possibility, but at the same time, I think that on his day, he is honestly one of the most fascinating footballers I've ever had the pleasure of watching. And I've been to see Manchester United, Newcastle and all this, and obviously it means more to me because he's a Dundee United player, but when I went to see Manchester United versus West Brom and all that, nothing special happened. Nadir Chifchi is special. and he is a really. I would think about putting Ryan Gold in the midfield. He was special as well, and he's actually linked to re-signing with Sporting Lisbon. But I think Nadir Chifchi is special, so special.
Nadir Chifchi was the first player I've ever witnessed to perform a Rabona in an actual match.
Yeah, no, this is the thing. He'll try anything. I
was mesmerised by it. Like the ball came to him, we were on a counter attack, and all he did was just do a wee Rabona over the top of the defence, and we were in on goal, and we nearly scored from it. It was just an absolute pleasure to watch.
Yeah, he really is. He's. You have to really feel fortunate while you have him, because he gets in a huff when he doesn't play. And I remember he would not play like all the game with Motherwell. He'd always be starting, then taken off after 60, 70 minutes. And I used to watch Motherwell, and that pissed him off. He did not like that, because the thing about him is, if he's going to be good at a football club, he needs to be the main man. It needs to be, oh, the Nadir Chifchi. Oh, Nadir Chifchi. Oh, the Nadir. It needs to be all about that. That's what it needs to be. It needs to be all about him.
But the funniest thing about it was, though, he came on as a sub against Dundee at Dens Park when we played them in the cup, and like he did. I think he did a 360 and as a done turn on someone, and like all the Dundee fans were booing him, and we were like, "Oh, Nadir Chifchi."
Yeah. He's got Dundee United in his blood, that man. Once an Arab, always an Arab. It's the same with Pavel. It seems like Pavel Safranko. I'd take him back. Do you remember when Pavel Safranko was at us? I don't know if
I've seen a few of the goals that he scored, and
he was because that was the same. Like, did you see the floor is lava one up in Inverness when the goalie kicks it on? Yeah,
that's like, the one I'm thinking about. Yes.
Yeah, like Pavel was brilliant as well. The thing about Pavel, which Chifchi didn't do, is Pavel, he scored like 15, 16 goals that year, which for a striker, decent amount of goals. Like, it's not a hell of a lot. Chifchi was scoring 25 plus, but good amount of goals from Pavel. But the thing that he does is he never stops running. Never, ever, ever stops running. A bit like, have you seen our guy that we signed in January, John Doe Fuchs?
Yes, he's a decent player.
He's good.
I noticed him at Fir Park, like when we played yous recently. Like,
yeah, he's a good player.
He was one of your better players.
Yeah, he's had a bit of an off day that day. Like at Fir Park, like, let's be honest, we were diabolical in the first half, and Motherwell weren't very good either. Like, all Motherwell did was just scored their two shots. That's all they did. That's all they had to do. Second half, I think, had there been 5 more minutes, we would have definitely got an equaliser.
That was my worry. I thought we deserved to be 2-0 up at half time, but in the second half, after the first 5 minutes or so, yous were just all over us, and we just allowed yous back into the game. We should have had a penalty.
Oh no, you missed some. Like our keeper just proved how good he was. Missed some sitters, some great saves, but there was an absolute stonewaller, and that was John Doe Fuchs that gave it away. Actually, he just fucking moored the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy Nathan McGinley had a broken nose.
Yeah. He just completely hit him in the face. Yeah, it was crazy.
Completely kicked his nose in. But that was the game, and thankfully we won because we're now in a better position for it.
Yeah, I know. Then you went and lost a couple games after that. Well, we were started to win, so that game did us way more good than did bad, because that our second half performance there was that was what got us the courage to go and win up in Dingwall, then beat Livingston 3-0 at home. And had we not got those 6 points, we would be in big trouble right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I'll quickly run down my 5-a-side team from Motherwell from my time watching it. Darren Randolph in goals. Centre half, Sean Hutchison. I mean, he's a big man. Like you could say Declan Gallagher, but Sean Hutchie, like, in my mind as a football fan, will always be higher on the pedestal because I was so young when I was watching him, and I thought he was absolutely sensational for us. 2 midfielders, I'll drop Faddy into midfield. Although I think you'd only need one of James McFadden and that'd be it for a five-a-side. Because him at his prime was just unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Another midfielder, I'd go with Keith Lasley doing the dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
And up front, Michael Higdon.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I'm surprised you didn't put David Turnbull in there.
Thing is, I think David Turnbull has the same X factor as James McFadden did, and
yeah,
I mean, you only need one of each sort of capability.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Although Turnbull I'd sub David Turnbull in for Faddy when he's knackered after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, final question is: picture the scene. You're in the pick and mix aisle of a sweet shop, and you can only choose 3 sweets to put in your bag. What do you choose and why?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised of yours here. I'm not a big fan of sweets. I like chocolate, but no. But I can. I'd go for Percy Pigs, like the fizzy ones, like the Tantastic versions.
Yeah.
I'd go for probably good old. I like those. I like the strawberry laces.
Love strawberry laces, yes.
Strawberry laces. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave that pick and mix aisle and pick and mix store. I'm gonna drive to London Links, go to Andy's store, and pick up a packet of the Thai McCoy crisps.
Loving the wee plug of Andy's there.
Yeah.
For me, I go baby dolphins.
Oh yeah.
Strawberry bonbons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go something chocolatey.
No. You have to leave and go to Andy's store. Now, what are you getting from Andy's store?
Leave and go to Andy's store and pick up an overpriced Freddo.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. How much are they these days? 70p?
25.
Oh, I was a bit far off. God, they used to be 5p when I was younger.
Give it a couple of years, it will be 70p.
No, it will be. Next decade, no wonder.
Absolutely. So I've asked you some questions. Do you have anything to ask me?
Sing us your favourite Motherwell chant.
We are the Motherwell FC. We hate the Hearts and we hate Dundee. We will go wherever we'll be. We are the boys of the MFC. There we go.
Are you when you at the Motherwell games? Are you? As another question, are you sitting where the boys are going?
Yes. That's where I sit. Yeah. Yeah.
When I'm in the United end, it's like shut up. Like my
ears, it's like a library at Tannadice, isn't it?
It sometimes can be. It depends how we're playing and depends who we're playing against. Let's like if it's a Dundee United home game against Hamilton and it's like not that too exciting, it's gonna be quiet. But if there's ever a game against Aberdeen, Dundee, Rangers, Celtic, probably even I'd even go far as saying like Hibs or Hearts too. It's always slightly more bouncing. Anytime we play Dundee anywhere, it'll always be bouncing.
Oh yeah,
that's the one thing, because we always like sell out Tannadice. That's the powerful thing of a Dundee derby, and that's why we want Dundee out. That's why I want Dundee up. People say, why do you want Dundee up? Do you not hate Dundee? No, don't hate Dundee. I hate Celtic and Rangers. Don't hate Dundee. I don't like Dundee, but I don't hate them because it's more of a friendly rivalry between United and Dundee, and that's a good thing about it, because there's not hatred. You can take your son to the game without being scared, of there's not a religious hatred. Good nature, and that's brilliant. Yeah, so it's like it's banter towards the fans. It's a hateful banter, but never violence, never. So and every time we play Dundee at Tannadice, we'll get like 250 grand from sold out Tannadice. Sells out every time. So
absolutely, like I've been to 3 Dundee derbies. It was
which ones?
It was the ones last season, all three of them.
So you were at the 6-2 at Tannadice.
I was.
Oh, see, you know what I mean? Were you in the shed?
I was in the shed, yes.
Yes! That's so nice. Yeah, so it was just fucking crazy.
It was amazing. It was so
crazy.
Like,
and Louis Perry's goal in that game. Oh,
I had that. I filmed that goal. I had that on my vlog.
Oh, really?
I had that on my vlog.
I'm going to watch that as soon as we're finished here.
Yes, you will. Because it was just unbelievable. Like, the atmosphere of that game is probably one of the best atmospheres I've been at. I mean, the fact that Dundee scored and then they got disallowed, they were running.
Oh no, I know. And the thing is that it was probably a goal, but I couldn't give a flying.
So where do you sit at Tannadice?
We sit in the
Jerry Kerr.
Yeah, we sit in the Jerry Kerr lower. Yeah, Jerry Kerr lower. Sometimes in Eddie. We sit in the Eddie Thompson stand sometimes, but Jerry Kerr lower is where we normally go.
I must say the Fair Play upper is probably the best away view in Scottish football.
Do you think? It's like the thing about Tannadice is I don't know how to pronounce this, but aesthetically it is the most pleasing stadium on the eye. It is close to the pitch, all close, and it's like a really impressive. It's not like Dingwall close where it's tiny and all close. It's a big stadium while being all close to the pitch.
Yeah. And
our pitches are like a mud bath at the minute. It's needing fix, but yeah, I love it. It's a great stadium. Yeah. I think I was at Fir Park when Dundee United beat St Mirren in the Petrofac Iron Brew Cup final. That was a good day out. Like, at the end of the day, I wasn't celebrating it like a Scottish Cup. It didn't feel like it. It felt like a quarter is good, but at the end of the day, a trophy's a trophy. Yeah. And we hadn't won anything since 2010. So I mean, we'll take it and won the championship, but like, realistic for a club like us, you're not going to get a real sense of joy unless you're winning the League Cup, the Scottish Cup.
Yeah, completely agree. But I mean, I think as football fans, we sort of chase a moment every season.
Yeah.
The glimmer of hope of actually getting somewhere. It's really the most.
And it's the hope. And it's the hope. That's what kills you.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I'd love to see Dundee United in Europe the next 2 or 3 seasons again. I'd see a wee like honestly, you see, like, in Europe, this Europa League 2 thing could be huge.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about the prospect of Dundee United maybe making it to the Europa League 2 like qualifying group stage, and then just seeing the group stage and see what we can do, just playing against, it's like, European matches, European nights at Tannadice. I'm telling you, if you ever get the chance to go to European night at Tannadice, if you're not there, you're a fool. It's the best. People say Parkhead's the best European nights. No, it's Tannadice, trust me.
Well, I mean, I try my best because I'm doing so much to try and cover Scottish football.
No, of course.
Like, I mean, I would love to go to Tannadice if that were the case. Like, I've been to St Johnstone for European nights. Like, even Hibs are probably going to be in Europe. If I get the chance to go to a Hibs home game in Europe, I'll probably do that, because it's just Scottish football, and representing Scotland in Europe, I think, is just something great, and I want to just capture all that.
And that's why, like, I was like quietly supporting Rangers tonight. Like, because at the end, because I saw players from Slavia Prague in the news saying that they were disappointed that they drew Rangers because they wanted a more lucrative draw. And like, to other countries, like, especially when like Rangers were, beaten or Braga and all that lot, like, other countries just spit on Scottish football. They don't see anything, like, they don't see Scottish football as being a good footballing country at all. So when Celtic and Rangers do go and do bits in other countries, it's great to see. And I mean, I hope that we can get to a stage once again where Aberdeen, Hearts, Hibs, Dundee United, and maybe even Motherwell get a wee run in Europe. I wouldn't have normally said Motherwell, because you're here, I'll say it. It would be good to get to a stage where they could, like, where we could be like England, because England every year has 6 or 7 teams all in Europe, whether it's Europa League or the Champions League, and Scotland's never going to be like that, because maybe Celtic and Rangers will get into the Champions League, but it'd be great to see like 5 or 6 Scottish teams every year always competing in Europe, whether it be Europa League 2, so be it.
Yeah, I completely agree, because I mean we've got 2 teams in the Europa Conference League next season, which will probably be 4th and 5th. So them up against teams from like Azerbaijan, Lithuania, Estonia, I think it's funny as hell.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And it's playing against like England's, like it'll be against some of the Premier Leagues, like it'll be against maybe potentially like your Aston Villas, your West Hams, and this lot. Like, yeah,
absolutely.
Is that West Ham top you're wearing now?
No, this is it's a alternative Scotland shirt. There's an Argentine team called Independiente, and this is their change strip from a couple of years ago, and it's got a satire on it.
Fair enough. I got this.
There you go.
Got this for brilliant. Or sure, Scotland tops. I got this for Christmas. Retro one.
You'll be wearing that this summer then.
I will when we're in, I'm hoping to be in London for when we play England, so I can be there with all the England fans nearby in case we do pull off some sort of miracle.
That'd be fantastic. Oh, brilliant.
And I'm thinking about taking this with me just because it would be hilarious, because it's a bloody antler and you could use it to defend yourself, and it's like what's more Scottish than this?
Oh, brilliant. You can just stick it on your head as well.
It's gonna be Lawrence Shankland through and goal against who would be an England goal, do you think? Nick Pope or Pickford?
Go Pickford.
Pickford. Lawrence Shankland through a goal against Pickford.
I love it. But so we've been on for like nearly 2 hours, mate.
Really?
Aye.
Wait. John, come here. John. Here he is. John Cena's back.
There he is. I see him
there. He is. Yeah, quick, wait. There's no one there, Goggsy. You're going crazy. Sorry, that's my dad. My dad's humor's coming out. Oh, that's like such dad jokes.
Oh, just see you wait till I get started on the Andy part.
Oh God, yeah, man. Can't wait till I can hopefully see Andy again one day.
Oh, definitely. Anyway, I think it's time that I just finish up here with the podcast, because I think we're going to end up just chatting shit for the rest of the night, and people will be like...
I know, yeah. And we need to get off quickly before one of us says something that we regret.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Just so I've not had any alcohol tonight. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for sticking on this far. Massive thanks to Callum Grant for his time tonight. I really enjoyed his company. And for those who have stuck around, thank you very much. And I've been your host, Goggs89. This has been the Gog Pod. I bet you wish you were. See you later, guys. Take care.
See you later, guys.